Hey guys, it's Appleminte and welcome back again to my channel. So for today's video, as you can tell, it's a little bit different. I'm not in the video. That is because this is a very hectic week for me. I am prepping for a convention coming up next week. I'll be at DerpyCon. And so this week I'm doing a topic video, 5 tips on how to gain more followers on your social media. Before I go into it, just a quick mention that all of my links, as always, are in the description box below. So if you want to check out my online shop, my Instagram page, my appleminte pin club, all those links are in the description below. So anyway, let's just get right into today's topic. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about how to gain more followers on social media. Just a disclaimer, there is no guarantee. All of these are tips that if you take all of them into account and try them over time, I believe that you will gain more followers and it will show a result for you. But again, there is no guarantee. You just need to put in the time and effort, and I hope that these tips can help you. That being said, I'm going to be discussing Instagram specifically for this video, but all of these tips can apply to any social media for the most part. So tip number 1 is something that I see a lot of people ignore actually, and it's pretty surprising because I believe that this is the most important, if not one of the most important tips that are on this list and things that you need to do if you want your Instagram to gain traction, and that is to ensure that your posts look the best that they can. I'll give you a quick example. Which post looks better in your opinion? Photo A or photo B? I mean, I'm pretty sure I know which one you guys are going to choose, but obviously photo B looks a lot better. You can see the colors a lot better. It looks brighter. It looks like I put time into taking the photo and instead of just quickly snapping a photo in the dark. So a quick tip on how to get your photos looking good is 1, definitely wait for daytime. Daylight is a great source of natural lighting, and it prevents any kind of weird tints in your drawing. If you're taking photos under the lights in your house, you might have warmer lights or you might have more blue lights, and sometimes those can make your drawings look a little weird or kind of distort the colors a bit. So definitely natural lighting is a great way to start, and it's free because it's just outside your window. The next thing to do is to download a photo editing app such as Line Camera or Snapseed. Both of these apps are ones that I use, and each of them are pretty similar. Snapseed does offer quite a few more options in editing, but I used Line Camera for a very long time and both are great. Some of the things you might want to use within these apps are definitely the white balancing feature. Normally these apps have an auto white balancing feature, so all you have to do is tap the white balance and it'll automatically edit your drawing for you. You don't have to go and do the specifics, but this will overall even out the colors on your picture and make it look better. So if you have a yellowy looking paper, it'll brighten it up a bit to be a little more white. Another thing you want to edit is the brightness, saturation, and contrast. Just play with these things a bit, and in the end, mixed with natural light, you will have a much more nicer looking photo than you would have if you had just taken a photo at 8 p.m. at night under a light in your kitchen. Not saying it's impossible to do it that way, but definitely will give you better, brighter results if you do it during the daytime and edit your photo a bit. Tip number 2 is something that I've spoken about in the past, so I'm just going to touch on this briefly, but create a consistent upload schedule for yourself. Posting consistently can sometimes allow the algorithm to be your friend. Obviously, none of us really know how the algorithm on Instagram works, for example, but we can try to make it more in our favor, make it go more in our favor by consistently posting and allowing the app to view us as somebody who has a lot of engagement and is very active on the platform. I would recommend to post at a minimum of once per week if you can. Once per day is great, 2 or 3 times per week is great. But once per week, I would say, is around where you want to be. I wouldn't be like once every 2 weeks because then your Instagram page is kind of a little bit more dead and you want people to keep coming back. You don't want people to forget about your art or your page. You don't want people to unfollow you. If you make a post today and then you don't make another post for 3 months, in 3 months, people might see your next artwork come up in their feed and say, oh, I didn't realize I was following this person. Forget that they even followed you in the first place and just unfollow you. That can happen and you don't want that. So definitely stick to a consistent schedule of some sort. Even if it's not a schedule, just try to post as often as you can, especially when you're starting out, because it helps your page gain momentum and it can bring more and more people. The more posts you have, the more likely people are to see what you have and to come to your page and follow you. But I would say try not to post more than 2 to 3 times per day because you don't want to seem like you're spamming your followers. So it's all about striking that balance. Tip number 3 is to use hashtags. Hashtags are so important, especially on Instagram. It allows your posts to be seen not only by your followers, but by other people who have never even heard of your page before, such as through the Explore page, or if people are searching tags and yours happens to be one of them and they happen to see your page, that brings more and more people to you that wouldn't have found you otherwise. On Instagram specifically, they allow you to use up to 30 hashtags within a post. So definitely take advantage of this because I do this all the time and I've been doing this for like 3 years on Instagram. Always make sure you have all of your tags at the bottom of your post or wherever in the description. I personally like to use the same art-related tags within all of my posts, such as hashtag drawing, hashtag art, hashtag artwork, etc., as well as some specific hashtags as well, depending on what my post is about. So this kind of helps me stay on top with all of the art tags, helps me make sure that all my stuff is being seen by people looking at those tags, as well as whatever my post is currently about, like Pokemon or a dog, or whatever it might be. Tip number 4 is to make posts that are relevant to current events or topics. This is a great thing to take advantage of if you're trying to get your page out there and you want to gain momentum. Posting things that have to do with things that are going on right now gives you a higher chance of people seeing your posts. For example, the new Disney Frozen movie is coming out on November 22nd this year. So I might make some fan art for the movie. I'm not, but this is an example. Say I make some fan art for the movie. I would probably want to post that 1 to 2 weeks ahead of the release date. It's really best to post things like this during times when the hype is really high. So a few weeks before the release of a movie or a few weeks before an event, people are getting excited for it. People are searching these hashtags and looking things up on the internet to find posts and pages related to whatever the main topic is. So this is another way to bring people to your page, people that wouldn't have found you otherwise, and just help you gain momentum is to just post things that have to do with current things, and it'll help bring more exposure to your page overall. And then my final tip, number 5, is to join a community of some sort. You can join groups or make groups for yourself on Instagram, and creating this community can be really great. For example, on my shop Instagram account, I'm part of a few different pin groups. And in these groups, we all give each other feedback on our posts, or if we need some advice on, does this post look okay? Or whatever advice I might need from somebody, we can always ask there and we can help optimize what we're going to post. And also what we place a lot of value on is whenever somebody sends a post to that group, everybody who sees that post goes to that person's page and likes the photo and leaves a comment. This really helps boost engagement, and that's what Instagram likes to see. That's what the algorithm likes to see, is engagement on people's pictures. So groups like this can be great for commenting on each other's photos and boosting engagement, therefore giving your photo a higher chance of being recommended in the Explore page or being seen on hashtags and things like that. Having this extra support is definitely helpful to give you that little boost that you might need. So all of these 5 tips are just some of the things that I think are really important, and I really think if you do them, especially all together, I believe that your page will have a really high chance of success. And a lot of people like to use their Instagram or their social media casually, and that's totally fine. You don't have to be so stressed out about your page and anything like that. And none of this should bring you stress either. But if you're really serious about growing your page and you really, really want to work hard at it, definitely follow these tips. Let me know if any of them help you out or if you already do some of these personally. And I'd be really interested in seeing you guys' experience. I know that I've had an Instagram account for a little over 3 years now, maybe 4. And I've just tried to post as much as I can, stay consistent, and use tons of hashtags, and all the things that I mentioned are things that I've been improving on and using for years. It's helped me online, and definitely think it can help you as well. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section down below. Any feedback that you have or any other tips that you use that I haven't listed here, also talk about that in the comments below. Maybe it could help someone else out. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As I stated in the beginning, all of my links are in the description box below. You can find the link to my online shop where you can buy pins, prints, everything that I create is there. I also have the link to my Instagram where you can follow me as well, speaking of Instagram in this video, to see all of my drawings that I don't always post here on the channel. And then lastly, I have my link to the Appleminte Pin Club. Every month is a different design. It's exclusive to the Pin Club, and you also get a bunch of freebies as well, so check that out. I will see you all next week, Friday at 4 p.m., and I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye-bye!
Wow.